Hey, you guys, it's Gucci. It's your boy, Hashtag K-Dot, the first black Super Saiyan world on this planet. Yeah. Look, your boy K-Dot, the first black Super Saiyan with the young Saiyan drip, the first black Super Saiyan King of Light. I'm the first black Super Saiyan world on this planet. Welcome to see you guys, to the channel. We saw this article today on this website called The Mary Sue, bruh. I saw this article and I wanted to do a video on it to see what they got to say. This video is called Captain Marvel vs. Wonder Woman. Y'all are acting the same way y'all did in 2017. Oh, for me, I was open for Wonder Woman to pull up. Y'all, who's y'all? You should say some of you are acting the same way you did in 2017. Y'all, you all, who you generalizing me? You generalizing me? What the freak? Hold up, it's 2019. I'm not even human. For one, I'm a speaking rock. I just look human, but I'm a rock. It's 2019. So, don't generalize me in this group. Because I was the one feeling Wonder Woman at the start of it was coming out. Because I was so conditioned to liking Wonder Woman based off the Justice League animated series, the animated show she pulled up in, some of the few comics she showed up in, especially animated series. If it wasn't for the Justice League animated series and Wonder Woman getting her of a animated film back in like 2007 and her showing up like Justice League War and stuff, bro, Wonder Woman dope. The animations really put her on point to me and made me love her, especially the animations. Yes, the comics did something, but it was those animations that really did something for me, made me like her woman, like her character. Strong female character. Yes, she dresses very provocatively, but bruh, she can back up that work. You can talk, you can try and do some weird stuff as a man of Wonder Woman, but at the end of the day, you try to pull something fast on her, you try to slap her butt or something, bro, she gonna take your hands, and shove them right up your ass. And she really gonna do it. Don't play with Wonder Woman, bro. She can back her. She backs herself up. Wonder Woman comes back. She got the physical and the mouthpiece to back up what she gotta do. Shouts out to Wonder Woman. Iconic for this time. Iconic woman, bro. She's dope. She's just dope, period. Shouts out to Wonder Woman. Love that woman. Fuck. Dang. Oh, let's get into this article, bro. Let's get into this article. Captain Marvel versus Wonder Woman. Y'all are the same, acting the same way you did in 2017. Y'all, you mean some. I'm the one who was feeling Wonder Woman before release. Boom. Lumping me into a group. Generalizing. Ooh. When you take to the internet to point out that both Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman are for the next generation, you expect some pushback, or at least I did. With the tense nature. Oh, this is from Rachel Leishman. Okay. Rachel. With the tense nature of the discourse surrounding Captain Marvel, I figured that there would be a few Twitter users who were mad at me for insinuating that they seemingly can't be a fan of something. Not my point, but they can't really understand comprehensive reading. What I didn't expect was a complete erasure of the era before Wonder Woman came out. To all the men who complain about Wonder Woman Captain Marvel, it isn't for you. Hell, as much as I love them and cry, they aren't for me either. They're for the little girls and boys who get to look up and see these. Oh my, did she just say this? The little boys and girls? These little boys and little girls don't pay for. They may be for them, but at the end of the day, these kids can't even pay on their own to go see these films. So really, if you're gonna make it appeal to somebody, make it appeal to the whole. So even the adults can be somewhat interested in it and gravitate to it and be all like, wow, I want to take my kids to see this, and I want to see this with my kids. Just for little boys and girls. What? I'm 19 and I love Wonder Woman. I'm 19 and I respect what Captain Marvel be doing in her little appearance. I liked Miss Marvel. I liked her when she was Miss Marvel. She was a very different person. Now she's kind of like, yeah. Ooh. And she went through them 6 reboots, and I'm like, fuck. From what I heard, and she went through like 6 different reboots. Damn. In 1 century already, she went through 6 freaking reboots. What the freak? Let's keep going, I guess. Let's keep going. But no, therefore, they can be for everyone. I don't know how you're going to sit there and say It's not for you. You're a woman. What the freak? You're a woman. It's for you. What are you talking about? It's not for me. You a woman. I understand if you're saying a man, but still, it's for me. Because Wonder Woman is the type hero. She's one of my favorite DC superheroes. Probably she's in my top 5 of DC superheroes. The freak. This simple tweet brought a wave of random men out of the woodwork to tell me that no one had been mad about Wonder Woman, which is an impressive level of revisionist history. Okay, I can see to a point that people, I can see people are bullshitting because Wonder Woman did get hella pushback. It got hella flack before release. It did. I'm gonna be honest with you, it did. Now I was totally down to see the film, and I wasn't going around telling people, "Oh, just give it," because I don't like to tell people anymore that bullshit. Oh, give it a chance. You don't know what you're talking about. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. When you market something, and you keep marketing it to a point, you're gonna get negative and positive feedback. Captain Marvel has some positive and negative feedback. It's getting more negative than the positive because people are looking at what Brie Larson is saying outside of the role. People are paying attention to who's the actor behind the role, and people are bringing. And Brie, she's starting to. Brie's also the problem too because she's bringing herself too much into the role, and she's not focusing on Carol Danvers because she made a statement talking about how me again being Captain Marvel is my superpower, and now that sounds all good and well to say, but it's like, damn, there could be a level of abuse that comes with that power, and it might go to her head, which Lightweight kind of did. And the whole issue she brought up that saying the industry is overwhelmingly white male, like she's had any solution to make it better. Brie, I know this is a fact that the majority of critics are probably overwhelmingly white male, but still, I don't care about their skin color. Or their gender. I care about what they say at the end of the day. Because I thought we judge people based off of what they say, huh? I thought we judge people based off the content of what they say, but no, we live in a world where we judge people based off looks. So stop lying to me when we say we don't judge people based off looks. We always judge people based off looks. That is a damn lie. When you tell me judge people by the content of what they say, judge people by what they say, because that's not. There's more that factors into it. Looks factor into it too. Looks factor into it. Would you walk up to somebody who has tattoos all over their face, their body, and they look like a whole freaking canvas of tattoos and stuff? That person's appearance is going to affect the way you talk to them. Let's be real. Let's be real. If appearances didn't matter, then I can just walk out and, be nude and walk around and talk to people. My appearance is going to affect people. So, appearances don't matter? Bullshit. They matter. Appearances, they always matter. They always matter. But I guess for Brie, your skin color and gender factors into you being able to watch a film and who is it for. Like, no. Like Black Panther, I didn't want that film to totally alienate anybody. Because there was a bunch of people I was able to talk to that gravitated to the film and they weren't black. They liked the film because they found a way to connect to it and they took something away from it. Black Panther was a film that alienated people. Hell, for the early press conferences and stuff, and even the red carpets, you had people from Korea dressing up in their garments and stuff. Because the Koreans were dressed up in like African garments. They were dressed up in their garments. Flexing their heritage. They was flexing their heritage, going like, yeah. Because Black Panther was that film to help you embrace your heritage, embrace the good parts of your heritage, not the hateful parts, but the good parts of your heritage. Whether it be white, whether it be black, whether it be Asian, it embrace you to just embrace your heritage of where your people specifically came from. That was more of the idea of the film, where it's not just for black people. No, it wasn't just for black people, because it wasn't just a black. Let's be real. Some of the black people in the film weren't acting like black people anyway. They were kind of like, they was Hollywood kind of black people, but there's black people. Let's get into it. It got to the point that another tweet user helpfully DM'd me a PDF of all the Rotten Tomatoes reviews bashing Wonder Woman for her feminist attack on men. And if you watch the movie, that's not what happens at all. She just exists in a world with men, which many of us do, and not once does she bash a man. She's intrigued by them, wants to learn about the world of men, and if anything, just tells T. Trevor that what she does isn't up to him. Agreed. Agreed. That does. Look, this is what I want in a film. Wonder Woman just a woman in a world full of men, but she's not bashing on the fact she's not bashing on men, and I don't want to see her bashing on men. I want to see her do less bashing and more building. You know, it's more it's a point where you can bash something, but it's like how are you going to fix it? What solutions can you offer up, and what can you act on to do? Wonder Woman is that character to where she doesn't every man she sees she doesn't lump them all into the same group. Now Captain Marvel, if in your film you're not lumping men, you're not doing the thing where you lump men and say some shit like oh all men kind of statements and stuff, and you saying oh you're just like all the other men who did this and did that. You mean some of the men? Because let's be real, people get picky when you generalize, and I get picky about that too. Because I don't like that generalization bullshit. When you say all black people, all white people do this. No, we don't. Because I'll tell you this: there's some black people that like the gangbang. Did you guys know I don't like the gangbang? Whoa! But I'm black though, right? Because not all black people gangbang. Real talk. It's a fact. It's proven. All black people don't gangbang. Like all white people aren't part of the KKK. I can find some white people that aren't part of the KKK. I'm real talk. Fuck. You got some white people that grow up in California. What reason do they got to be part of the KKK for? And they living in California. None of that is bashing men and or forcing a feminist agenda down anyone's throat. It's just telling the story of Diana Prince, which we don't get as women apparently. So now with Carol Danvers and the release of Captain Marvel, we are hitting the same wall we did with Wonder Woman. Men are screaming about the film, and that is pushing a message of hatred for men, which again, not the case in any scenario. Amid all the nonsense screaming, the response I do love are the men who are supportive of the movie, excited to share it with their own children, or just watch it with themselves and happy. They realize that my generalization isn't a knock against them. It's just a simple way of pointing out the men who are acting like jerks about Captain Marvel and searching for anything they can latch onto for bashing the movie. And that's why up here you said y'all when you should have said some of the male haters, some of the man haters of Captain Marvel. Don't say y'all, you all. Don't do that. Nah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because then you generalizing. You just generalize with that whole freaking title. Don't generalize. Just like how I won't say some dumb shit like all women can't drive. You want me to say something like all women can't drive? You want me to say that? Because that's just a very stupid statement of me to make, to say that all women can't drive. Just how it's a dumb statement to make. Oh, all Mexican people, all Mexican people, all Mexican people are immigrants. All Mexicans in America, they're all illegals. That's false because there has to be some that actually got the legal requirements and some who are illegals. You know, it's like, why would you make that statement? Because it's necessarily not true. Just like me saying, all people on this planet are Christians. That ain't true. That ain't true. Is that true? That ain't in no way true. Because then you when you start speaking for a whole group of people, that's when you gotta like double back and be all like, ugh, I don't got all the facts. I haven't talked with enough people to make that statement. Look, sometimes you know we will lump people, but it happens. It's your part of you being human. Just try to do less of it. Is this going to happen every time a female-led superhero movie comes out, or will we finally come to some kind of balance? Well, no, because Alita wasn't getting this kind of flack. I mean, Alita Battle Angel came out. I don't remember any male critics going out saying, "Oh, this is an attack on men and women," because Alita was tight, bruh. Is this going to happen every time a female-led superhero movie comes out? I mean, Mad Max Fury Road came out, and Furiosa was one of the best parts of that movie, and she was the main character of that movie. Let's be real, and she was dope. Or we will finally come to some kind of balance where we can just exist in the same spirit as male-dominated film. As Brie Larson pointed out, she's not taking away anyone's seat at the table. She's just buying us all a bigger table. I saw this. I'm so fucking tired. 1940 Captain America is actually the first. I mean, facts. Look, this statement is true. Before the Avengers, there was Captain Marvel, but also before the Avengers, there was Captain America too. Look, it feels like from these promotions, how they're trying to bigger up is like they're trying to sideline other characters and kill their relevancy and just not give her and give her more clout. And that's what it feels like. It feels like they trying to make a bunch of characters that are already established irrelevant, and it's like, oh, well, before you, even though you started all this, it was me. Before you, it was me. You don't see Cap going around saying, "Hey, Tony, before you was Iron Man, kid, man, I was doing this for you, kid. I was doing this before you, boy." It's not like that. Cap just pulls up and he integrates himself into the team. Cap doesn't walk up in there flexing his cop. Yo, pow, I got the Cap cop. Cap don't be coming up in there flexing. Cap be hella respectful. Like, hey kid, we working together now. Your name Tony, right? Alright then, let's work together. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, man. I'm willing to work together with you. That's why Cap's a G, bruh. And look, this whole poster right here, this should have never dropped. Because before the Avengers there was Captain Marvel. This is obvious. Why would you even look the thing about it, why would you even make a poster like this in the first place? Like nobody knew this. No shit, before the Avengers it was Captain Marvel. Well, did you know before the Avengers there was a Thor? Did you know before the Avengers there was a Captain America? Did you know before the Avengers there was a Nick Fury? Did you know before the Avengers there was a Black Widow? Did you know before the Avengers? Did you know before the Avengers? Before the Avengers, there was a Incredible Hulk. Did you know before the Avengers there was a Iron Man? Did you know before the Avengers? Did you know? Like, did you know, guys? Come on, this poster didn't even need to drop. It's like let's remind people that her movie takes place in the 90s. We get it. We get it. We get it. Like this promotion, some of the promotion choices and slogans they use is like, it's really the slogans, like that higher, further, faster shit. It's cool, but I'm like, okay, you're emphasizing it a lot. I get it. I get it. You want her to overcome odds. We get it. Higher, further, faster. I get it. I freaking get it. Chill out. I get it. I calm down. And I'm about to say something that's about to piss off some people because it's going to be real. It's going to be real. It's going to be real. It's going to be legit the world we live in. So if Captain Marvel... So is Captain Marvel for all of us? Yes, of course she is. Wait a minute. You just said earlier that it wasn't. It's not even for you. She is. We've waited 10 years for this movie. My point is that the significance of this movie is more for the children who get to look up and see a female hero fighting alongside Captain America. So take your anger and maybe use it constructively rather than crying because you misunderstood a simple sentiment about how important this movie is for kids. Bitch. Okay. Stop saying for kids. For kids. Stop saying that because these films are in fact not for kids. Superhero films gravitate to everyone. Superhero films are always for everybody. They're always for everybody. They're never for one group. Because I can look at Spider-Man and I can feel something for Spider-Man. And I'm 19. I can still feel something for Spider-Man. I'm an adult now. Spider-Man's 15. But I still like to go watch his films. I went to go watch Spider-Man Homecoming with me and my teenage friends. No. We was in sophomore year. We went to go see it. And is it for kids? No. I didn't take any kids to go see that. I'm about to go watch Avengers Endgame with my boys. And we're in college now. And we're going to go see it. We're adults. We're not kids. Because these films are for everyone. They're not for just black people. They're not just for kids. They're not just for women. They're not just for men. They're for everyone, regardless of anything. All these films are for anybody. Bruh, there's some people who like Static Shock that are black, white, Middle Eastern, Asian. There's some people that like Hulk. I like Hulk, and I'm black. I don't care if he's a white. He's a white guy who turns into a green monster. I like Captain America, and Captain America is a white male, but he's still dope because his values are what I care about. I don't care about his appearance because I'm gonna tell you this: there is whack female-led films and there are whack male-led films. That's just the world we live in. Y'all need to understand that. And you know what? This Captain Marvel getting her, this Captain Marvel film, this Marvel film period, getting this much hate, and it's a female-led film. I'm not even tripping, because the same people that was getting on Wonder Woman and judging it before release, hey, take this as maybe a little bit of payback, I guess. Let's take this as some payback in a way, because the same hate Wonder Woman's getting before release, bringing in the factor of DC was plagued by some terrible films before, which is BVS and Justice League, and also that it's a female-led film. Even James Cameron was talking shit about it, and Patty Jenkins shut that ass down, my nigga. But at the end of the day, you promote something, you're gonna get positive or negative feedback. You're gonna get both. Now, depend on how you market and push it, you will get either more positive, or more negative feedback. You market anything. If I'm marketing a phone to somebody, right, and I keep showing them this function, and this irritating function keeps on coming up over and over, right? This irritating function in every trailer they see, like, oh man, why is the screen like that? And they keep seeing it, and it's not being fixed or being clarified in the marketing. And then when you get the release, you may end up with that same whack screen that you didn't want, or you may get a totally different screen. But the way they market something, and the way they market it, and they don't fix it within the marketing before release, it's like it's like this. It's like this. In your marketing, you got to be careful how you market. You got to be careful how you push. You got to be really careful how you push. And Brie Larson, what she's doing here now, when I look at Captain Marvel, I look at Brie Larson now. Is Brie Larson in the suit legit? I don't want to look at that. I want you to be Captain Marvel. I don't want to look at you as Brie Larson. Now I have to look at her as Brie Larson, because when Brie Larson speaks, and when the way she was acting in the trailers with the goofy or quirky self, kind of funny at some points, not really funny, and in that serious bland face, she's like that in her press conferences and stuff. She's like that in her press conferences. She's like that. And it's kind of like, I want to see you be the character, and I don't want to be able to say, like, I have this problem with Robert Downey Jr. sometimes, because Robert Downey Jr., he's Tony Stark out of the suit and in the suit, but you get so used to it, and you get so used to seeing him, you're like, man, and then when you see when you see Robert Downey Jr. in real life, you're like, hey, it's Iron Man, and it's like, dang, he's just Iron Man now. He's not even Robert Downey Jr. no more. He's Iron Man, bruh. He's legit Iron Man. And you just look at him as that. Brie Larson, for her first film, I want to look at her as Captain Marvel first, and not Brie Larson. But look, you guys, I'm going to tell y'all this, and this is just real. I don't tell people. You can think any way about a film. You can think any way about anything the way it before release, because you have that right to think about that. You have an opinion, whether it be a toxic one or a good one. Because at the end of the day, you market something, people will find something to like, and people will find something to dislike. This is nothing new, guys. People dislike stuff before. Before. Come on. This stuff, and it's like you can't have an opinion. You can't have a. And it's not saying negativity is good, but you can't have opinion of bringing up some of the flaws you may potentially see. And it's like, oh no, this film has no flaws. It's only perfect. And it's that kind of stuff. It's like, you big it up in this, and you can't. It's like you're saying everything is just all good, and there's nothing that's wrong with it. It's that kind of stuff. It's like there's always something wrong with something, but you can still find a majority of good in it. But there's always a flaw in something. There's always a flaw. So, how I look at this, you guys, the same pushback Wonder Woman got, and it ended up being a dope film. Captain Marvel could be a dope film. It could. Now, my prediction, I don't think it's going to make no billion. In my honest opinion, I think it's going to make between 700 and 850 million. And that's because MCU and Disney backing. I think overall it's going to make 700 to 850 mil. To be honest, I know it's going to make a little more than Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, that trash film. That film was garbage. They was smoking reefer, dropping Ant-Man and the Wasp after Infinity War. How much reefer and crack do you have to do to make that decision? Let's drop it right after Infinity War. You drop an Ant-Man film right after Infinity War. You supposed to drop a big hero name after Infinity War if you want to get some hits and keep that shit going, bruh. You don't hit a point and then it dies. Cause it died at Ant-Man and Wasp Jr. You're like, fuck, this shit trash, my nigga. Cause that film was garbage. Look, I'm gonna be real blunt. I know y'all don't want to hear this. I know y'all don't want to hear this. I know y'all don't want to hear this. It's effed up. It's real effed up. It's real effed up. It's real effed up. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this much. There's trash female-led films and there's trash male-led films. I said it. You heard this first from a guy. There's trash male-led films. There's trash male-led films. There's trash male-led films. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know there's trash female-led films? Did you know that? Did you know I think like that? Did you know I realize that? Some are good and some are bad. That's just it. Okay? Now, I remember, and people seem to forget this, there was a guy who worked at Marvel before Kevin Feige. That was running stuff before Kevin Feige, president, who said the reason a Black Widow film, and y'all remember this is the same company y'all big upping for Captain Marvel. The same person said this statement. Female-led films aren't, I'm trying to paraphrase it. Female-led films are not profitable. Someone at Marvel, who was a big exec, I think it was Bob Iger or something. It was somebody. It was somebody at Marvel that was there before Kevin Feige came in. And the reason the Black Widow film could have dropped years ago, but it's dropping after Captain Marvel. And the reason, that person made that statement, that's a whack statement to make, that a female-led film isn't profitable. That is bullshit, my nigga. Because what? Was Daredevil a good film? And that was Ben Affleck, Daredevil. That's a male-led film, and it was trash. Was it not? Was it not trash? Was Daredevil not trash? Was it not trash? Someone look me dead in the face and tell me it was a good film, because it wasn't. Was it a male-led film? Yes, and it was trash. It was a male-led superhero film, and it was trash. Was Spider-Man 3 was a male-led superhero film, and what was it compared to Spider-Man 1 and 2? Weak. And that's a male-led film, male-led superhero film. Different climate, but it was a male-led superhero film. Was it not? Was it not? Green Lantern was a male-led superhero film. And the masses, the way we perceive it, they wasn't messing with it, right? Was the majority not messing with it? It's really a small amount of people that like that film. Was the masses not getting on that Green Lantern film? Tell me. And that's a male-led superhero film. So male-led superhero films can fail. Like female-led superhero films could do good or do bad. That's why you take risks in the movie industry. Was all the anime movies done a risk? Yes, pretty much they were a risk. Because they was in so much high demand, and then we kept on getting repeated trash of anime films, and they keep on coming out. Every time after that, it's a risk. Alita Battle Angel, in a way, broke that curse. But for that man who worked at Marvel to previously make that statement about female-led films not being profitable, that is a weak statement to make. That is a whack statement, bruh. Don't ever say something like that again. Female-led films aren't profitable. They're not good. They could potentially do bad. Just like how a male-led film could do bad too. Don't. The fact that someone said that, it's like, you got no faith in these women, bruh? You got no faith that a female-led film can be done right and done fairly and be for everyone and not really exclude anybody? Nah, bruh. Because the way you probably think about it, you probably think with that little old way of thinking, bro. You got the little old way. Nah, you gotta trust that a female-led film could pop. But it's the way you market and push it that can hurt you. The idea could be good, but the way you push the idea is the issue. It's the push behind the idea that hurts the idea. Sometimes people be having good ideas. For example, I'm going to use a very bad person. Now, let's go back to Hitler, right? Hitler, one of his biggest goals was to put Germany back on the map. Make Germany pop. Make Germany the big dogs. Let people know we Germany, bro. We ain't nothing to play with. Now, good intentions for Germany, but the way he pushed it, genocide, killing people, just for the sake of giving Germany glory. And all these people have to die for Germany to rise. That's the issue. The idea seems cool for what the little thing trying to do, put Germany back on the map. But the push of the ideas and how radical they got crazy. It got so blunt. You're like, what the frick you doing, bro? I thought you were trying to put your people on the map, not wreck other people to put your people on the map. It's that kind of stuff. The idea isn't necessarily bad. It's the push behind the idea that can ruin it. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this much. Brie Larson, you should have just limited what you say because it's a difference. It's a difference. Gal is obviously a feminist, right? She's obviously a feminist, but she's not a toxic. She's not one of those feminists where you're like, you're annoying. Like Brie Larson, for example, is one of those girls that get, and this is true. Brie Larson is one of those girls that get she dropped the Instagram post about this. She dropped the Instagram post like a while back, and it was regarding some guy who asked for her number, right? It was a guy who asked for her phone number, and then Brie Larson got on Instagram hella pissed and hella pissed on my, oh, this dude asking for my number. Like, what the freak? He was just asking for your number. Can you either tell him no and move on? Why you gotta make it a big deal? He just asked for your freaking number. He just asked for your number. Chill out, okay? Chill out. You don't see us men complaining about. You don't see us men complaining about women looking at us, looking at our chests and abs and stuff in movies. Cause let's be real. The same way women get objectified in movies, men be getting objectified too, bruh. Huh? What about all the male superheroes in the Marvel Universe that had all shirtless scenes? Bruce Banner, Cap, Tony Stark, Thor, they all had shirtless scenes, bruh. So, what about justice for them too? Y'all want to be hyping up for the women too. It happens. It also happens to us too, especially in these films too. So let's be real. Let's be real. It happens for the most part, sometimes it happens on both the receiving ends, but people want to make it seem like it's just happening to them. Now, some stuff does necessarily just happen to women. There are some religions on this planet that formed to where women are second to men, and that's how people want to be. Now, for me, I'd see that there should be equal opportunities for all, in my opinion. And I don't like this women second because just like default they women. Nah, a woman could be better than a man. It can happen. It's just that equal ground where you got to meet at and find a way to compromise. And then there's some points where you're going to succeed over that person that you're up against. Like this post here. I remember this post, and this post pissed me off. It was the funniest thing ever, and it pissed me off too. And it's shit like this. Because during this time, let's be honest, Brie Larson was part of Marvel at this time. And I thought about something. It's this shit right here. Thinking about Stan. What a legend. Rest in peace. While I'm drinking my drink, looking bored as hell. Got my fancy shoes. Got my purse that say Brie on it. And then I look, just read the caption. Thinking about Stan. What a legend. Rest in peace. Okay. The whole issue here is that picture, for one. Now I'm not saying she never read a comic book. I'm not saying at all that she probably would have never put this post up. But let's think about it. At the time of this post as it was dropped, she was confirmed to be Captain Marvel, and she was already prepping for the role and getting ready for it. Right? Let's say, for example, if Brie Larson was not with Marvel, would she have dropped the same tweet? Would she have dropped the same post? I'm just asking. If Brie Larson was not Captain Marvel, would she have dropped that? Would she have cared enough to go back to her childhood of reading comic books and stuff to think about Stan and drop a post saying, wow, think about Stan, rest in peace? Let's say, for example, if Brie Larson was not associated with Marvel and had a role in Marvel in any way, shape, or form, would she have dropped that same post? Would she? I don't know. But strongly, for what I believe, she probably would never drop that post if she wasn't associated with Marvel like she was. And let's not forget, Brie Larson did say she sees Captain Marvel as a superpower. Now, that's a good thing, but with great power comes great responsibility. Are you going to abuse this? Are you going to use this going to tirade? You going to attack some people? I get you trying to prove a point, but, I get it. I get it, Brie. Look, I have no issue with feminism being in films. Feminism was up in Wonder Woman, but it was done to the point to where it was fair. That's the thing about it. It was fair. Like, Yes, there was men in Wonder Woman throwing shade at Wonder Woman, but the way she did it, she wasn't saying, "Oh, men are this." Nah, she showed them up. Remember when she walked into that room and she was trying to read them languages and she had all the men shook? Dang. She had them all shook. They was on shook mode. Wonder Woman wasn't going around saying, because I am a woman, I'ma do this because I'm a woman. Now she's saying, I am going to do this. Remember the No Man's Land scene? She says, I am going to conquer this. She say, I as a woman. She didn't say something like, Steve didn't say, Steve said, but no man hasn't crossed this. You don't understand. She didn't. It's a good thing they didn't do this, because I would have been like, oh fuck. It's a good thing she did not say, well, I'm no man, I'm a woman. Yeah. Imagine if they did that, bro. Imagine if they did that. How would y'all feel? How would you feel? How would you feel? I'd be like, fuck. But at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, like, hey, I look at this as unfair justice for Marvel and DC. You know, kill that Marvel and DC bias that we just had, bro. Because, you know, the same way Wonder Woman got attacked before release, I'm not really even mad here, you know, because, hey, I don't care what you think about a film before release, but that film could shut you down at release. But hopefully Brie Larson's film is not what I think it is going to be. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. Because I looked at some of them early reviews, and them reviews are not what I wanted to hear. People are talking about the cat. Freak the cat. How's Brie Larson, bruh? Talking about, oh, it captures the 90s. I don't give a damn about the 90s. It is Captain Marvel. She's a cosmic hero. She flies around space. I'm more interested about Captain Marvel in space than the freaking 90s. What the freak? Who cares about the 90s? Who cares? In a superhero film, nobody cares. That's not the biggest majority. We're here for the superhero. You got these reviews coming out of people talking about Goose the cat, and it captures the theme of the 90s so well. Okay, how about Brie Larson, the superhero? The Captain Marvel, the superhero period, bruh. And at the end of the day, guys, the same hate Wonder Woman got, you know, maybe can shut down this Marvel and DC bias. Hopefully it can shut it down, because same thing's happening, bro. You know, the same way a bunch of Marvel fans probably came out the cuts and bashed on Wonder Woman before release, and a bunch of man haters came out. Hey, they just keeping that same energy, bro. Now I agree. There's some men that actually hate female-led films out here, and I think that's whack. Female-led films are good, but it's how they're pushed. Just like how male-led films could be toxic. Male-led films are toxic, bro. They can be toxic. You know, there's a such thing as toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. There's toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. I don't like it being toxic on both ends. I just want masculinity and I want femininity. You know, because sometimes toxic masculinity affect the way boys grow up. Because sometimes boys will grow up to be to a point where they got to be hardened steels of, they got to be a rock, and they can't be they can't be a teddy bear. They can't be a rock any teddy bear. They can only be a rock. They gotta stay strong all the time. So like, you can't tear up, you can't cry. You gotta be this, you gotta be that. There's some men that are raised like this. Like, you have to be tough. You can't show no emotion. If you show emotion, you're weak. You're a punk. You're a sissy. You're a faggot if you show emotion, kind of stuff. So I don't think that. I don't think that. What I think is that, you know, we men, we have this little pride thing, and it's going to happen. You know, we get built up by testosterone, and it's also a cultural. It gets passed down culture wise of how men should be. But I don't like toxic masculinity. I don't like toxic femininity. But for certain occasions, I'll take it. For certain occasions, but for a character like this, Brie Larson, just promote feminism. Just promote feminism, not toxic feminism. Keep it just feminism straight up. Just feminism. Do it the way Wonder Woman did it. Do it the way Wonder Woman did it. not excluding people. Because the way Captain Marvel took issue with there being issue with so many white males, okay, deal with it. Deal with it. We live in America. Fucking deal with it. What's going on? Deal with it. Deal with it. Yeah, I see Brie Larson wants to make it better, but this is the problem. Brie, do you want to hire people based on looks, or we hiring people based on skill? Because I'm always in a vote that people with the skill should be getting hired, not people with no skill and are getting hired just based off looks. I would never hire anybody just because they're black. If they're black and got the skill, that's a plus. Take it as a plus. Don't take it as, oh man, they don't got no skill at all, but they black, so I'm gonna hire them. No, don't do that shit. Because then you're taking opportunities from people that are actually qualified for the job and they have the real skill, unlike some people. So, it are because I'm totally down with including people, but how are we gonna include people? Skill. And we're not finna be out here going to go search for people and telling people, oh, you should go seek a job here. Nah, no, you don't see no companies going out searching for people to apply. Nah, they publish something, say here, come apply. They don't go from door to door checking on every little black kid and Asian boy or Asian girl and saying, hey, you want to work in my job? No, you need to go and apply. You need to get up. You need to physically do the work to be able to apply. It's not going to come to you. You need to go get it. We're not finna sit here and wait for people, and people just sit there and hope that someone comes with an opportunity, because you need to go up and go get it. You can't just sit there and wait on it. You need to get your butt up and go get it. Get in gear, go get that position, and go do what you need to do. Go apply for the position so you can be on the list to get hired. Now, if people are hiring and they're excluding you based on your looks, your skin color, and your sexual orientation, that's wrong. That ain't cool. Because what if this person is I don't know, bisexual and they got the skill? What if they got high amount of skill for the job and you're gonna deny them just because their sexual orientation? That's not cool. But this person got the skill and potential to put your company on the map. We taking people based on skill, or are we taking people based on looks? I take people based on skill, not your looks. Your looks factor in life, they do, but when you should be hiring people based off of skill. It's unfair when you hire people based off of looks, and you're excluding people based on looks and how they look. You should be excluding people more on what they probably say, because what you say, your words have power. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be excluding based off looks. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you Asian. I don't care if you Middle Eastern. I feel nobody should be excluded based off of looks. I didn't go into Black Panther wanting people that are just black to go see it. I want white people to go see it. I want Asian people to go see it. I want everybody to go see it. I don't go watch a Korean anime. I don't go watch animes and want to be excluded. I want to be included because I like it. I appreciate the craft. I appreciate it. But look, you guys, Brie, I would have expected you more if you was one of those feminists that were also in a way bearable and not so much of a like what the freak. Because when the first example was when Brie did that shit where she got on Instagram talking about, oh, this dude tried to ask for my number, then she big upped it like it was some freaking whole big thing about it. Like, what the freak? You just asked him for your number. He didn't know. He thought you was cute. He want to pull up and talk to you. What the freak? You either tell him no and move on with it, but you gotta big up the situation, make it a whole big thing. That's like some first world problem. That's first world problem kind of stuff right there. What the freak? Brie Larson with them first world problems, bro. Get out of here. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video there. And I look at this as payback in a way. I mean, shit, people got on Wonder Woman, so deal with it for Captain Marvel. Just deal with it, you know? I look at this as, yeah, I mean, look at this payback. In all honest opinion, I'm gonna go see, I seen Wonder Woman, I'm gonna go see Captain Marvel. I'm still gonna go see it because it's still an MCU film. what the freak? I'm watching because it's an MCU film and it got its fills and stuff for Endgame. And if I want to get the full story of Endgame, I'm gonna have to watch Captain Marvel. I'm going to Captain Marvel for the story elements, for the overall or overarching theme of the MCU. I'm not gonna go watch it just because Captain Marvel, because them trailers wasn't even dope like that, to be honest. Okay, just higher, further, faster. Okay, that's a theme that a bunch of the characters in the MCU can fall under, especially Cap, but it's whatever. And even some of her action scenes, they were cool. The only action scene I took issue with was her struggling to fight that Skrull on the train. And she was like, she fell off the side. I was like, can this bitch fly or not? What the fuck is she doing? Can you fly? Why are you running? Fly. But, hopefully the film is good. Hopefully the film is good. I still believe it's going to make 700 between 850 million. Wow, that's a very high number. Wow, y'all really expected K-Dot to say that? Yeah. I doubt it's gonna make a bill, but if it does make a billion, good for it. Good for it. I mean, okay. But hey, we still got characters like Furiosa, Carrie Fisher, Ripley from Alien. People forget that female-led films aren't even new. And just to shut down all the facts, do y'all remember that trash Elektra movie? If Brie Larson is the first female MCU solo film, but first Marvel solo female character was Elektra. So, mm, just to let you guys know. So nobody's not going around here saying Brie Larson's the first female-led film. She's not the first, but she's the first in the MCU. In my honest opinion, it should be Captain. It should be Black Widow. And shouts out to that whack dude at Disney, at Marvel Studios, that was there for Kevin Feige, saying that dumb retarded shit that female-led films aren't profitable and they're a risk. Who says that? Who says dumb shit like that? Who says that? That's a whack excuse. Cause some male-led films are trash and they're whack. I gave y'all examples of some earlier in their superhero film. So female-led films and male-led films are a risk regardless. It's how you push it that can hurt it and affect it. But at the end of the day, Captain Marvel, that cat better not overshadow you in that film. I'm serious, because niggas was talking big up in that cat for first reviews. Talking about that cat. I don't care about no damn cat. The movie is Captain Marvel, not Goose the Cat. I'm looking more forward to Captain Marvel and Nick Fury. But I'm gonna go ahead and video. There's your boy K-Dot, the first Black Super Saiyan. Wherever I want to go, that peace, love, and positivity. It's your boy K-Dot, the Mr. Sexy 5 out of 10. Your boy K-Dot with the young Saiyan drip. Your boy K-Dot, the first Saiyan King of Light. Your boy K-Dot gotta go. Show some love. I gotta go and do my thing. Doses.